Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. They say Ebony wept. Ebony cried, they thrown a river as she was thrown out of a sacred meeting that was going on between Queen Naomi, Dr. Elizabeth, and the Oonis of Ife's family who were planning Queen Naomi's full moon ritual. That this really hurt her because Queen Naomi had come time and time again and had gone back. And this time, it was Ebony, Oonis of Ife's family, and all of that who are planning because they said the full moon ritual is coming on, they said on the 12th of this month. That's when the full moon ritual will be happening, okay? And so the plans have been going up and down, and it's the second full moon ritual, as they are saying, okay? And so they said that Ebony noticed that each time they're having this full moon ritual, they act as though she's not a part of the family. You do know that she knows that they already see her as Olori, Naomi's worst enemy. The one person who does not want anything good to happen to Olori Naomi. They already know that. And so they try to keep her very far away from anything that has to do with the success of Olori Naomi. So they say wherever Ebony goes, they try to avoid Ebony since they started preparing for the second full moon ritual. This full moon ritual is very important to the Oonis of Ife. I cannot begin to overemphasize it because we have talked about it enough. By the time this is over and the third full moon ritual is over, okay, Queen Naomi and the Oonis of Ife will be good. You will start seeing them all over the place. Now, something happened recently. I don't know if you saw that video where Oonis of Ife and Dr. Elizabeth, they were going for Sapi's marriage, okay? This would be one of the first time I have seen Oonis of Ife this close to his wives. I do know that when they are, maybe in an event and all of that, you see them. But there was something about Dr. Elizabeth and the Oonis of Ife that reminded me of when Naomi used to be with the Oonis of Ife. Like, it's one of those times that I'm seeing a woman come out of the same vehicle with the Oonis of Ife. They always travel, in their separate vehicles. They feel the same jet. They feel that Oonis of Ife's private jet, the new private jet, the Gulfstream G700, they feel that private jet together, and they entered the same van, the same vehicle that brought them. I don't know if you saw that. Sorry, I don't bring those videos to my channel because of YouTube protocol. But let me not digress, okay? Now, they say Ebony cried the river upon knowing that they are avoiding, like, they are moving as in, they don't just want her to hear or get any information about the full moon ritual. So Ebony stood at the corridor of the royal inner chamber. Sorry, I don't know if you're hearing that sound again. I remember last week I told you they are renovating an apartment, okay, just, beneath our own apartment. So I think somebody bought the apartment and they are renovating it. So they keep heating and heating and heating, and it's 2 weeks now they are not done, and that is becoming really troubling. So if you're hearing the sound, please, I'm sorry about that. Now, they say she stood at the royal inner chambers, her arms folded tightly across her chest, her heart pounding against her ribcage like a war drum. She had heard whispers all week, rumors that something significant was brewing inside the palace wall. At first, she dismissed it as, palace gossip. But this time, it wasn't just ideal, chatter. There was something real happening. They've been doing a lot trying to prepare for Queen Naomi's full moon ritual. Now, as we are hearing what is going on, they said what they have been doing, that they've had series of meetings here and there. And Ebony, she is a forward person. She will want to join. She want to know what is going on. But recently, she found out that even though she had been aware that they are preparing for Naomi's ritual, but this time it is getting everywhere is the ritual meeting they are preparing for. Each time she comes around, they won't want to proceed with their conversations. And she found out that it is not, some kind of of political meetings they've been having. It's not about governance or, public affairs. It's deeper, cultural, secret, and less with the echoes of generation past. Queen Naomi, regal and calm in a flowing, Ivro, Queen Naomi, they have already seen a lot of things that they have been doing concerning Queen Naomi, preparing for her return into the palace, a palace that she's likely not to come into. But of course, traditionally, once the full moon, the second full moon is done and the third full moon is done, she's going to be welcomed back into the palace, even though they said she and Ooni of Ife, they have agreed that they will not live inside. She will not be living in the palace. She will be staying in UK. But when she comes to Nigeria, she'll stay in the royal mansion. But from time to time, she'll be coming to the palace the way she is coming right now. But for now, she will not stay there until those women are out of that place. And the focus they are having is that most of these women will not be there. Even this year, they said maybe one or two might just go. And that's the focus they have given them traditionally. And this is not to say Ooni of Ife celebrates it. No, but at least if that is going to bring peace to the palace, what is wrong with it? And that is what the traditionalists are saying. Now, this is, they said that Ebony cried and cried and cried, and she was so unhappy after they invited Ooni of Ife's sisters were there. Dr. Lizzie was there, and she was just passing. She didn't know they were having that kind of meeting, and so she came in. She wanted to sit, and they asked her no. They told her she wasn't welcome in that gathering. That she needed to go. They were having a very serious meeting. She cried. That's so. They all really believe this narrative that she is the worst enemy to Olori Naomi, that it is unfair, that everything that people have been saying is incorrect, that she loves Queen Naomi so much. It's just that because they are married to the same man right now, Queen Naomi has declared her the worst enemy, okay? And people say that is not even what they are talking about, that Kabiyesi has said that nobody is allowed to be part of any preparation for the full moon event except Dr. Lizzie, no other person. And that was why they wanted Ebony to be out of there. And they insisted, and Ebony cried and said that it's Kabiyesi that is promoting the things that are happening to her, that if Kabiyesi was not allowing it happen, it will not be happening. That how can they treat her like a stranger in the palace? Something so important is going on in the palace. Every other person is involved except for her, because they are believing the narrative, and Kabiyesi is helping them propagate the narrative. And that was why she was crying so much, because they do know that there is nothing in this world Ebony will not do to ruin everything for Olori Naomi. And so they are doing everything that is within their power to, avoid it. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.